Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over an article recently released by TabStocks.com on ZNOG Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG. Before we do, just to reiterate, not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research. Also, if you find value in the video, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, and hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know every time we release new content. So let's get into it. It says ZNOG Gas is the oil discovery in multiple zones huge? Well, it's remained to be seen yet because they haven't told us anything yet. So yeah, it says the TabStocks, this TabStocks ZNOG Gas update considers pre-PR for MJO2 oil on September 7th, 2022. Zion's MJO2 well operations are concentrated with a deep target area. The target area contains multiple zones, as CEO Robert Dunn stated. ZNOG Gas has not said anything about what they have discovered. Yet investors received optimism hints via email. Judging by ZNOG's share price rise towards the end of drilling, the share price gave away encouraging signs too, rising in a bear market well into 30 cents. It has been over 3 weeks, and the drill stem testing DST continues, but ZNOG Gas has yet to release the news. Either testing is ongoing or has ended, and the results are being analyzed. My best guess is that it's ongoing due to the fact that there are a number of zones and the process takes time. If all zones produce good results, we can expect ZNOG Gas to release a major PR. I would expect news to be released in early October 2022, given the timescales indicated by Zion. Given the zones of interest or in a concentrated area and this target area had been confirmed by the 3D seismic data, all the signs are looking good for the MJO2. Could well be declared commercial and could be declared a commercially viable well by 2023. From the drill stem testing, the results would need to indicate high permeability, high flow rates. The pressure should be high for a well to be commercially viable. Notwithstanding, there should be a strong blow, high flowing pressures with rapid stabilization. The target area within the MJ2 is large, and as such, the well should produce an abundance of oil with huge reserves. The fact that ZNOG Gas has set their eyes on drilling another well so soon pre-testing and following drilling is a positive sign of confidence that oil can be produced and an oil field is established. One of the biggest giveaways that ZNOG Gas plans to declare MJO2 commercial is the presence of tube piping needed for the production process to commence following drill stem testing. Another giveaway sign in relation to the presence of oil in the target area for the MJO2 is the size of the valve being used. This has to be large enough to handle the pressure of all zones within the target area. If news does not come by the first week of October 2022, then it's more likely to arrive in the first week of November, but I can't see it being later than that. It says the zone is large and all signs indicate a lot of the black stuff. Okay, it says given the depth and the size of it's more than likely that Zion will have a gas flare burning during the testing phase of each zone, which can last 12 hours per zone. It will be interesting to find out about the activity going on at the site and whether inspectors visit the site during the zone testing. Though at this stage, my guess is that Zion is halfway through the testing zones. It is probably a given that the ZNOG share price action will react to these events pre-news, as it normally does what occurs when such like oil exploration listed companies with a big unexpected rise before the official news release. Ultimately, for ZNOG Gas to pull it off with MJO2 and its future plans, the well would first need to be able to produce around 10,000 barrels of oil per day. Given the depth and the size of the target area in multiple zones, this is more than likely a future reality in my view. Zion could have drilled deeper, the rig was capable, but they did not need to because they reached the target area in which the 3D confirmed to be the Goldilocks zone. Therefore, the zones of interest correlated to the depths of the oil is found in Saudi Arabia, which is the same rock layer also found in Israel. The Levant Fault in terms of oil-rich basins is an extension of the Arabian Plate. The proof that proven hydrocarbon reserves exist in Israel at deep depths is the presence of the huge gas reserves off the coast of Israel. The basins and zones within the layers are connected to the onshore trapped reserves. Odds on Zion Oil and Gas plans to drill another well not too far from their current location. And in this respect, this is a major sign of the creation of an intended oil field. The current ZNOG share price does not reflect the above information. In my view, right now, the share price of ZNOG should be $1.80 on the OTC, not 18 cents. I wouldn't be mad at that prediction if that came true sooner rather than later. Notwithstanding, I can see the ZNOG share price soaring. Okay, SOA or ING. Sorry, I had to point the type out. I always have one I can point out, to $10 on the OTC if the big news does come. So, okay, interesting points that they make here, and they seem pretty confident, that ZNOG has found something. But again, guys, you got to take this with a grain of salt. This is all opinionated. There's no facts backing any of this up, and I'm not trying to bash them. I'm just trying to say that nothing's certain, nothing's 100%, nothing's saying that it's commercially viable until the company comes out and says that. Okay, we haven't gotten testing results like they've stated inside this article several times. And this part here, the odds on them planning to drill another well not far from the current location. It says, and they say that it's in respect to a major sign of the creation of an intended oil field, possibly. But you also have to keep in mind that this well too, okay, was drilled not too far off from their location of the MJ1, right? So again, this is all gonna be, it's kind of in their hands now, right? We're just waiting to hear what exactly the results are of testing. However, things, in my opinion, do look positive, right? So the reason it's taken so long for various reasons, we knew about the delays, the logistical delays and things like that, and where they're drilling, just in Israel in general, is, there's a lot of things going on over there, and I don't know, I've never gone and drilled an oil well before, so I don't know exactly how long it takes, how long it's supposed to take, or anything like that. But anyway, we're going to take a look at the charts. We'll see what they're telling us, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, guys, taking a look at Zion Oil and Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG. Another thing I do agree with the article is, he was saying it could see a run-up prior to any type of big news, just off of speculation. That's kind of a situation that we've seen, several times, right? So we've seen it from the TBN network. We saw it whenever they announced that the rig was purchased, and we saw it recently here of, they should be announcing oil at the annual shareholder meeting. So the thing ran up from 10 cents all the way to 42 cents. So that could very well be the case of people thinking September's the month, September's the month, September's the month, and the price keeps coming up. Okay, and that's okay too, right? So as long as it goes up, but just keep in mind that it also falls hard whenever at that event, if people don't get what they want or expect, right? Which is typical. But the good thing is, we bounced above that support level. Resistance level of 16. And I'd said last week, I'm like, well, if we don't get news, we could go to 10 cents, which we still might. If we don't come up here, in my opinion, and test that 22 cent mark. If we just kind of hover around here at 16 and there's no news, there's always an option, not an option, there's always a chance that we could go that way. However, the last couple of trading days have been pretty decent. I mean, yesterday we saw another positive day. You'd like to see some more volume, of course, but on the on the overall scheme of things, I mean, you see here we hit as high as about 19 cents. Now that 16 cents is going to act as support. So, and we could obviously go lower than where we are now, which would be that support of 16. And now, as long as we bounce off of there, good sign moving forward. So I'd like to see it kind of go up, maybe test 20 cents before a pullback, and then maybe have a slight pullback, and then kind of start, continuing to trickle up from there. So your resistance is going to be at 22. overall, that red SMA line, you got to get it above about 23.5 cents currently at the moment and hold there in order to confirm that we are in a longer term bullish pattern on the 180-day 4-hour time frame. Okay, so that's the chart breakdown, guys. Let me know your comments below. The article said they think October 2022 is whenever we get the news, no later than November. What is your time frame? Do you think it's this month? Do you think it's October? Do you think it's November? Or do you think things drag on all the way into 2023? I think sooner rather than later, in my opinion. That's just me personally. I think that we should hear something. I would assume sometime this month. It kind of like all signs kind of point to, to us hearing something. But I've learned to not, I guess not expect it. I'm kind of expecting expecting not to hear anything. That way, whenever we do hear anything, it's kind of special, right? So anyway, guys, let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.